There is a Norbit-shaped hole in the center of the universe. At least, that's what the Overseer would say on the intercom every night. He never said more. He never explained why. And when the facility burnt down, taking the men in the lab coats with it, I watched my fondness for them erode, replaced by visions of Norbit and the anatomy of a question. What is the Norbit hole? I researched for years. Maybe he was being literal. After all, there is a massive black hole at the center of our galaxy. Perhaps there was an even more massive one at the center of the universe. And what does a black hole look like but Norbit's shimmering afro? Coincidence? As it turns out, yes. Because there is no center of the universe. It's crawler-shaped. And if there was no center, that meant the Overseer must have been speaking metaphorically. Luckily, metaphors are my second strongest rhetorical skill, right behind the long screech. But even a metaphorical wizard such as myself couldn't crack it. I studied Norbit, I studied holes, I even studied the porn parody Horbit. And aside from a deep and unending shame radiating from my loins, I discovered nothing. The rain is enough to keep you asleep, but the rain doesn't last forever. And eventually you need to face the Norbit in the mirror. I needed answers.
Norbit. Where is he? Where's Norbit?
It seemed pointless. I went home and drank myself to sleep. It was like people barely remembered who Norbit even was.
Oh yeah, Norbit. I remember that, but barely.
It was like they were trying to forget.
Norbit, do you mean porpoise?
Or repress.
Please stop calling this number.
I dug through the transcripts again. Everyone remembered Norbit, but only when they'd been asked about Norbit. It was like an inverse Mandela effect, a world where everyone remembers the same thing, but nobody wants to. And just like the Mandela effect, I started to suspect that it shouldn't be explained away by saying things like brains are mushy or Norbit was bad. I suspected it was much bigger. I suspected it was much worse. Norbit isn't just a movie. Norbit is a cosmic force, an interdimensional entity pressing up against the fabric of our reality. Norbit is the feeling of unease in the periphery, the dread that snakes up your legs as you watch Dr. Phil after dinner. Norbit, whatever it is, has inflicted a universal trauma, and the barrier between our worlds is the thin line of our repression. It feeds off our psychic energy. Every time someone remembers Norbit, the fabric of reality buckles. I told myself this wasn't too bad, that I'd seen worse, and I had. But I still had questions. Some were moot. Was the figure of Norbit that we know its true form, or only an avatar meant to appear comprehensible to mere mortals? And what does it want from us? But it isn't fit to ask questions of a god, only to supplicate and hope. No, the question I kept returning to was, why wait? Why wait until 2007 to begin the breaching process? Norbit's unbound by time, so why now? And then it dawned on me. Norbit's been here the whole time. We just keep erasing the record of its existence. Because forgetting is our only weapon, we've erased every incarnation of Norbit throughout history. Suddenly, the Overseer's words made sense. In a universe with no center, everything is the center. And there is a Norbit-shaped hole in everything. Everywhere I looked, I saw Norbit nowhere. He didn't appear on street signs, in small talk. He didn't appear across cultural barriers. He wasn't on flags, or on currency, or in holy texts, or in cave paintings. His absence was positively massive. and it was the clearest sign of his existence. There's nothing to do now, friends. Unwatch this video. Forget you came this way. Forget you found me here. Have another glass and put on the radio. Play something from when you were a kid. Too young to know better. Too young to know what reminiscing even was. Remember forgetting again, friend. Remember that sweet, soft melody.